Hi everybody, it's Daya Betty, and I'm so excited to be watching iconic moments from my time on RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't go back on what I say, I'm unapologetically myself, so I'm always gonna say I said what I said, okay? Let's get into it. Who doesn't want to just talk about themselves? And if you say you don't, you're a liar, okay? That's the tea.
You Betty, be ready!
Every time I hear you Betty, be ready, in that voice, it makes me cringe so bad. I sound like SpongeBob or something.
Daya's a rock star, and she's the rock star's girlfriend.
Daya is the rock star, and she is the rock star's girlfriend. That is like the through line of the Daya Betty world, and I stand by that. Going back and watching my entrance and hearing me say all of this, it's very cringy. It's really weird. But I think if anybody goes back and watches like old videos of themselves from like 3 or 4 years ago, you'd be cringing at yourself too, okay? I was 25 years old. I had a lot to learn. And that was my shoe. I didn't fart, I promise. It was my shoe. Hey, I want you to like and subscribe to WoW Presents on our YouTube channel. And if you don't, I'll find you. Oh my, okay. I love pink. I love pink. But I do not love this performance of myself. But I will say I love a hat. I love a topper, I love a fascinator, especially these days. I've kind of started playing with that in terms of styling. So seeing the mini top hat that I did back there, I love that. I think I might bring that back actually. Skipping through that. Ooh. This is a ballad. This is a song that's not about jumping and splitting and doing crazy stuff. So I was like, okay, let me think of something theatrical that I could do. And there was a moment in this lip sync where you notice scratch marks on my body. That's a little theatrical trick where I put red lipstick under my fingernails and rub them against my chest. I thought it was going to create a bigger illusion or a larger effect, and it did not. So it didn't quite give what I wanted it to give, but it did make people question things online. Everybody was wondering if that was purposeful or not.
Apparently there is a lip sync assassin among us.
Thank you so much. And Deja will not let you forget it. Okay, sob story, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm back, I come back, and I come back with a vengeance, okay?
Daddy's back!
Again, the SpongeBob voice, where is this coming? Where is it coming from?
This Dragonfly about this damn long. Cool. So I'm just like mid-diabetica.
It tasted a lot like if you were to just take a spoonful of matcha and swallow it whole.
Okay, seriously though?
If you eat the entire thing, I will give you $1,000, I swear to you, right now.
Oh, cornbread definitely paid me, and I think I probably just reinvested it back into drag or Taco Bell. Totes. I did take those shoes from set. They're the ugliest shoes. I will probably never wear them again in my entire life. The only person that wears shoes like that I know of is Trixie Mattel. And again, proving my point, ugly shoes.
Hi, Ozzy. Ozzy. Yeah.
Snatch Game. Visually, I think I did a really good job with Ozzy Osbourne. And then also in All Stars 10, Jane Lynch.
Yep, that's me.
I didn't have the comedy chops per se that I think Jane Lynch would have in a Snatch Game situation, but I look just like the bitch, and half the time that's half the struggle. And from this Snatch Game, I always use the Alana gif of Georges going like that. That is like my most used GIF on my phone. Like I use that for everything. And Georges hates when I send it to her. She won't ever respond to it, if she even responds to my text message to begin with.
I'm sorry, my dears, but the rest of you are all up for elimination.
I did what I would consider to be safe in the Snatch Game.
Honey, you were in the bottom because you sucked. Just like everybody else, so you all deserve to be there. I just remember this being like the gag for me of being like, oh, I thought I was at least going to be safe, and now next week I'm going to have to deal with lip syncing against these hoes. And Jasmine was still there, Georges was still there, divas that really knew how to throw down on the main stage of a lip sync Lollapalooza. So yeah, I think this episode I was shaking in my boots a little bit.
Why am I in the bottom? And the two people that have consistently done pretty poor in the past few challenges are getting not only another chance, but a chance at something they're both really good at.
I remember having conversations with some of the girls behind the scenes while we were not mic'd, and them sharing my frustrations. And so I was speaking on behalf of myself because this is truly 100% what I felt, but I was also kind of speaking up for the other girls that I knew were probably thinking the same thing. It just would have been nice for them to have my back, but you know what, baby? It's a competition, it's a game, and the only bitch you gotta worry about is yourself.
I'm gonna pick my big sister, Daya Betty.
Who didn't think that was gonna happen? I saw that coming. It was writing on the walls right there, honey. Oh, Jazzy. I got to choose the lip sync song, and so I chose the song Respect tactfully because I knew it was probably like a middle ground. It didn't really like favor either one of us. And I knew Jasmine was probably gonna pull out some stunts. So I was just gonna do something that played into the relationship that I had developed with Jasmine. I wanted to show her to put some respect on my name, honey, okay? And well, it did. PSA, any drag queen going on national television, do a camera test on your own phone or your own recording device to make sure that your tights match the rest of your body. And I'm not just talking about my tights here in this situation. There's other divas on the stage that had the same issue as me, but we were learning. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jasmine just because our relationship has come so far from when we first met each other. I actually don't keep up with every single girl from my cast, but there's a handful of divas I talk to, and Jasmine is one of them. So, Jazzy, if you're watching this, hi sis.
The minute I knew that Angie was not gonna crawl on the catwalk and I was next to go,
The beautiful catwalk music video. One of my favorite parts of filming season 14. We all had to design our outfits for this music video, and mine, in hindsight, looks the best. Fun fact though, that wig I'm wearing is Bosco's. I asked her for it. So the wig was Bosco's, the neck corset was Bosco's, and the waist corset was Bosco's. So this music video was sponsored by Bosco for me. And then thank God Angie wasn't listening or not clocking in for the shift because she wasn't taking Michelle's note about crawling on the stage. So I stole that from her. So thanks to the top 5 of season 14 of RuPaul's Drag Race, because those other divas, they picked up my slack.
She didn't say anything that was like unforgivable.
Not only just speaking her mind.
Because let's talk about the after bullshit. Because she hasn't talked to me at all since filming.
Me and Jasmine would check in with each other occasionally throughout the process of season 14 airing. But I want to say, like, since her elimination episode, I really hadn't talked to her, but you know, we were all dealing with a lot. We were all traveling. A lot of big things were happening. So when we got to the reunion and we hadn't seen each other for a while, I think there was just a bunch of pent up emotions. But baby, it's true. She did call me one day and I didn't answer, but I called her back and she didn't answer me. So the door goes both ways. It takes 2 to tango. Okay, Fighter performance, my finale performance. It kind of makes me a little bit emotional just because a lot of my drag journey in season 14 was faking it till I make it and kind of figuring it out as I go along. And that performance is probably one of my favorite things I've done on season 14. I think it showed growth. I think it kind of put a perfect little cherry on top to my time on that season. Oh yeah, and that huge billowy kind of cocoon thing that I came out in after I ripped open the spider webs. That worked because I had a leaf blower backstage connected to it, blowing air to make it move and kind of like flow in the wind. If you were there live watching the performance, I don't even know how much of the music you could actually hear because all I could hear was the fucking leaf blowers. I felt like I was like, you know, in the middle of lawn and garden section at Walmart. Have you ever wondered what it's like to step into the world of Drag Race? Well, now you can. You can step into it, literally. Tickets for Drag Race The Experience are on sale now.
Are you a good bitch or a bad bitch?
I am 100% that bitch.
Oh, Drag Me to the Movies. I did it with James Mansfield and Mayhem Miller, and you can kind of see the evolution of Daya. You can kind of see me finding my groove, finding my niche.
Oh my God. Bottom shelf vodka.
I was doing the Wicked reboot before anybody else was doing the Wicked reboot. Put that in the Las Vegas sphere, honey.
I'm Daya from season 14, and I'm not just a bitch, I'm that bitch.
When it came to my entrance look, I just wanted to give full rock star girlfriend fantasy. I had my knee-high Converse. They were custom boot covers by Chris Habana in New York. He actually made this entire look. He did leather wrapping around a breastplate. He put every single one of those pyramid spikes on that skirt.
Up first, Ginger Minge and Diabetic.
I'm Shelley, the good witch of the water. I like sexting on my shell phone.
I was excited to be paired with Ginger because going into this, we were also told that we had to have a storyline to go with our looks. And I know my strength isn't in writing jokes. It's not really in the storyline of it all. So I told Ginger, you know, let me scratch your back and you can scratch mine, even though yours is much hairier. And she basically did all of the writing and I did most of the constructing. So I think me and Ginger worked really well together.
You look so beautiful. And I also loved
Ariana Grande and Cynthia, first of all. They're both this tall. They're as big as my pinkies. They're so small. I've never felt more like a giant dude standing next to them. If I was gonna fall over, I would have to yell timber. But it was an honor and a pleasure to meet them. The day I got to get home and have my phone, I went to my Instagram and Ariana Grande followed me. And it was really funny because back in season 14, Ariana's an avid watcher of RuPaul's Drag Race. I remember Ariana following, I think pretty much everyone from my cast except for me. And like, I think maybe one more person. I served during this lip sync, and obviously Ginger did too. I remember at the end of our lip sync, everybody got up and stood and clapped. And of course, when that happened, I was like, thank you, thank you. I know, it was fabulous. But watching it on television doesn't even do it justice because my personal experience it meant so much.
I'm sure you already know who I am, so it's a pleasure.
Jimbo in All Stars 8, her promo look is actually what inspired parts of this poodle look. Not because Jimbo is a dog in the face, but because, sorry, I thought that was funny. But because the marabou feathers that she used almost looked like fur.
Now, real, you can run me my money.
I get asked all the time at the end of the number, did I actually staple my ass? And I did staple my ass, and you know how you can tell? Because my ass looks flat. That's my real ass, it's not padding, I promise. The only regret I have from this performance is my check that I stapled to my ass at the end was upside down, so you couldn't really read it. In true Diabetic fashion, there's something that's always wrong, and that's what was wrong with this performance. But look at that ass.
Girl, I love you, congratulations. Kill it.
So sentimental, I love it. And I love even more that even though Bosco beat me, she immediately went home after me. Wow, so we've been through a journey together. We've gotten to kind of see the evolution of Diabetic. Finding yourself and finding your strengths, it's not just a personal journey, but it also involves the community around you. And the drag scene when I started in Missouri was very, very small. And going from that to kind of a world stage and getting to work with all these talented artists and all these other like-minded individuals, it's really changed me and it's really made me find out who I am at my core and what I stand for. And for that, I'm really, really grateful. Some people might look at me and think I'm a total rancid bitch, but baby, I just want to remind you, I'm not just a bitch, I'm that bitch, okay?